Hey Converge fans, we got another one to round out the collection from the Pound plus04 set. Is the GP02A, known as the Physilis. I'm not pronouncing that right probably, but there's a fandom of it. It's from something called 0083 Stardust Memory, and it was stolen and piloted by Annabelle Gatto, and essentially it's just a robot with a nuclear warhead in its bazooka, and so its armor can help try to, mitigate damage from that blast of the warhead going off. So here's a couple of images there, and then it's fighting the full burner, I guess it's called the GP01 FB. Okay. Anyways, this collection came out in 2024. I wish they would date these. I don't know why they stopped doing that. It's kind of stupid, right? You have collectibles and you'll know how old they are. I think I reviewed all these other ones, and then I'll get to the option parts last. Sadly, I don't know what this sticker is for, but there's some statistics sometimes underneath there. So this is number 16 in the Plus series. All right. No date here. No, not this. Okay, well, anyways, it's supposed to be a little bit better than your standard Converge. That's why it's in a bigger box. Oddly, there's no gum in here. Maybe that's what that sticker is. It's maybe not a retail version. Be careful about cutting through the parts. That cardboard right there, it means there's a brittle piece of plastic it's backing. It's a lot darker gray than I thought it would be. They have released this in the past, so maybe that's why they changed the color to give it a little more variation and make you try to buy both, which seemed to work for me because I do have the other one, the original. Standard base here, just clear, got a peg, makes sense. Bottom of the feet details here, it's got a matte finished red feet, and it's smart that they put the peg hole in one of the burners there, looks good. Yeah, I can see it's a medium gray. It's not remotely white like it looks like in those images. It's flat out gray. There's some red here, red in the torso, blue upper torso with some nice yellow venting. So this is like a round cockpit to help mitigate the blast from the atomic warhead in the bazooka, I guess. And then look at this crazy head. That is unexpected. There's some serious venting going on there. Yeah, interesting. The thing's got translucent green eyes. That's pretty typical of Converge. Most of them have translucent green eyes. Not all of them, but most. Gunmetal for the neck, and the peg is on the neck itself. Alright, so you got these pegs. Oh, yeah, alright, they're on the shoulders, and they're different sizes, so you can't mess it up. I would think people would figure that out. I don't know. But anyways, the hands probably, yeah, they are separate pieces. This one's a grippy hand, and this one's got a peg for the shield. So that's really the 3 points of articulation, just the head and the two arms there. The legs never really, or the torso never really move. They're just glued tight, I guess. Bunch of hose details here. I wonder if this is separate. Well, if it is, it's glued in place. It looks like it was a separate piece. Some peg holes here for something else. Back of the head's kind of plain. Backpack looks pretty nice in its gunmetal. Looks almost like it's got writing on it. That seems to be glued in place also. Anyways, alright, let's put that figure down. And then we got these wing, like shoulder binders or thruster sets that go on the shoulders, and you can see nice details here molded into the thrusters. This one's actually painted, but nice to see molded details like these little lines. That's not typical of Converge. Oh, and look at this. This is actually a separate piece, and it's a round peg so you can spin it. So that's really smart. It is quite loose though. You might want to put some poster putty in there. That's really cool. I was totally unexpecting that. Gunmetal in here, and look at that. There's a thruster in there. I wonder if that comes out at all. No. Well, anyways, it's nice to see in there. Wait a second. What's going on here? I don't know. Maybe that's not supposed to happen. But yeah, look at that. You do have a molded thruster. Yeah. It would have been cool if like these were round pegs and round holes, so this thing could spin independently. Wouldn't have made any difference in price or amount of plastic. But yeah, it's weird. They just limit articulation sometimes. I don't know why. Anyways, there's a hole there. Just the size of this makes me believe it belongs in this shoulder here. Yeah, so I don't know if anything's gonna go there later. So this one again, just a mirror image. So you got this nice yellow printing on here. Unfortunately, a little blue got scratched or something, and actually too much blue there. So not the best paint job on that one. So you got that. I can move those around a little bit. Very cool. Now you got this giant bazooka, and there's a peg, so I assume that's what this is for. Or not. Well, no, wait, maybe that way, possibly this way. Yeah, it goes this way. Alright, so this thing wants to face forward, or, well, towards the handle. And the handle's leaned forward quite a bit, probably to clear the shoulder. It's rounded depression back there, and yeah, I guess that's the warhead there. So that's nicely detailed. So let us pop that into this hand here. I see. So that piece I added is supposed to actually slot into this. Let me try it this way, the other way. Probably be easier if I removed this giant thruster first. So this thing slots in here. Nice tight fit. Well, I guess that's pretty smart design. I really have a hard time thinking that's gonna fall loose, really. Especially if you crazy glued that handle into this bazooka, but I don't even see a need for that. You know, it's all triangulated, and so that's good. And then let's see if we can slide this on after the fact. Yes, we can, so that's good. And so I get that out of the way. I like how these are recessed, so you can add some color. And yeah, so this thing fell out. Maybe that wants to be glued in place. It's got that same symbol on the backpack on that shoulder, which is nice. It's nice to see molded details like that. And then the little head antennae, center's painted red, little dot depression. So this is brittle plastic. Be careful putting it in. You don't want to push on the side, so you'll probably just snap the antenna. Alright, that went in well enough. Really big regal head thing on this thing. Alright, so then we have this giant shield on the back side. You got the peg hole for the arm, and does this come off? No, it doesn't. Interesting. You'd think that would come out, but no. Decent enough detail on the back, and then nice recessed red paint in the front. Some venting here, but no additional color, but I guess you could add some color pretty easily. They're sort of torn off from the, clipped off from the molding runner. Twist this a little bit. Alright, so between the hand and that peg, you could pretty much rotate this thing, shield wherever you want, and then put it on the peg stand. Alright, that works pretty well. You can swing that bazooka up nicely. Alright, well, shield up I guess, but not bad, not bad. It's definitely bigger than a standard Converge. Okay, so here's the old one. It's from SP07, some sort of special set of some sort. And it's definitely a totally different mold. The older ones have more details. See how many grooves and crannies there are on this thing compared to the newer one? The newer ones are much plainer. Look at all the nooks and crannies here. And this one, the bazooka, half of it is stored inside the actual shield and the other half is back here, pegged here. So the thrusters are not quite as sharp, but they're still pretty well detailed. So I would actually have to say the old one is better, and that's very often the case with Converge. It's like the first 20 waves, they were really trying, and they put a lot of molded details into their products. But then these latter 20 or 26, or I don't know, waves, they're like more cartoony, less detailed. You know, see, look at all the detail on the back of the legs compared to how smooth they are there. They're roughly the same size, although the shield on this one, I guess in general, this is a bigger one. The proportions of all the parts seem larger. The overall height I don't think is much different. It's just that stand makes it look taller. So same thing happened with its adversary, Phil Burden. This is from the SP5 set. And so that's the original one. And then here's number 270. So they updated it to be plainer. Yeah, so actually these two should be facing each other, and the old ones should be facing each other. Battling it out. So I haven't seen, I don't know if Stardust Memory is a cartoon or just a manga. I have a suspicion it's a cartoon, but I haven't seen it, so can't really speak much to it. Okay, well, there are those. And then just for good measure, here's a plain old RX-78 from the detail up version. It's number 98 in the Converge lineup, and it looks quite small compared to these other guys. Yeah, very, very small. Alright, well, it's definitely a plus figure. It's bigger, you know, than your standard RX-78. It's got some merits, of course. The crispness of the head, though, is much better, I think, than the original one. The vent details and all that, and the like. But the color is really odd. It's just really gray. But again, I think they're trying to differentiate it from the original one, which is also like an off-white color. So, sorry, I hate Windows 11. That toolbar never goes away. Thanks for watching. The next video, or hopefully later on, I'll do the option pack, and I'll show all the other ones with the option parts. Alright, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.